Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of To the Magic and Beyond. My name is Jordan, and I am back with my co-host Michelle this week. Woo! And we also have producer Courtney back, and we've got producer Logan. Say hello.
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 And not only do we have our beloved co-host back, we missed you guys very much last week.
Thank you.
But we've got a really special episode today.
That we do.
Because this is our 52nd episode.
Can you believe
52
it?
is a random number to be special.
Which feels like a random number, but we are a weekly episode. So that means for us, this is officially our 1 year anniversary episode. Ta-da! We've been doing it for a whole year.
Crazy.
Yay! 1 year. 1 year.
And we still like each other and still go places together.
This is our 1 year anniversary episode.
Yeah.
It really does not feel like a whole year
It
has
does not.
passed.
No.
It does not.
It feels like we just started it.
Yeah.
Which is,
I think our next
guess,
big
how time
celebration will
works.
be like 100 episodes
Yeah.
or something like that. But 52 seems random.
52
but it's
seems
1 year.
random, but it makes sense for us and what our podcast is.
It'll be 104 actually.
Yeah.
Well, no, I meant like we'll do a. Let's start over.
52. It's 52.
Cut.
52. Just saying that'll be our 2 year anniversary.
Hello and welcome to. Just kidding.
Oh.
And you guys keep coming back for the laughs.
It's been a whole year and I still haven't introed us. Maybe one day.
Yeah. You talk
Yeah.
about it every time.
Remember when it was just us listening?
No,
And now there's many of you.
Now there's 10.
You're so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you too.
we have a lot of listeners.
We do.
We've gained
grown a lot.
personally. I know 2 or 3 new ones, and just in this last week.
Yes,
New listeners.
I personally
Yeah.
got a new one the other night.
Yeah.
Introduced them to the studio.
Our podcast fam is growing day by day.
Speaking of, we have a big announcement.
Yeah.
What did our followers numbers reach?
We officially hit 4,000 followers
4,000
on Facebook.
Facebook followers,
This
steadily
week.
growing.
Love
So
it.
It was a 1 year anniversary gift from Facebook.
Yes. Still trying to get to 5. Come on, folks.
I'm excited about 10,000 because then we can do the Mickey bar thing again, but
Oh,
add
yeah.
a whole
Oh,
nother
yeah.
Mickey bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All 4 of us can hold a Mickey bar. That time. 4 zeros.
I love a Mickey bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
slowly
exciting.
but surely we're growing, and I feel like that's more than like we could have
Who
ever
would've
imagined
thought?
when we started
Yeah.
this. So
Who would have thought 4,000 of you would want to listen every week?
But that kind of segues us nicely into what we wanted to talk about this week, though. Seeing it being, it's our 1 year, we thought it would be kind of fun to do a little bit behind the mic, behind the scenes episode, kind of talking about what our year has been like, diving into the podcast world, which every single one of us was brand new to as far as creating podcasts. A
Yep.
couple of us listened to podcasts, but none of us had ever done one before.
No.
And so we thought it might be kind of fun just to recap why we started this and then kind of give you guys a behind the scenes look into our weekly process of how this goes, how we record, how we plan,
Yeah.
what we've learned over the last year,
Which is a lot.
doing the podcast, and just give you all a little bit of an insight into that to just celebrate 1 year and
We're going to give you all the dirt, all the behind the scenes,
all the dirt.
no rules, just
Hurt.
tell everybody what happens.
I thought something was on my shirt.
Give you all the dirt. The good, the bad.
The ugly
Yeah.
and the good again.
And then the good. It's been mostly good. The only bad has been technology occasionally letting us down. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that.
We're not even very irritated with each other mostly.
No.
Yeah. Everybody gets along.
I would say, if anything, we've grown closer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but let's start off just kind of talking about recapping like why we even started this podcast a year ago, why we're here and why you people are listening to us every week.
And we're so glad.
Yes. It was actually the brainchild of Michelle. You're the reason this exists.
I mean, when not everybody loves to talk about Disney all the time. I know
What?
that's shocking because everybody on here loves Disney,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
But, people that want to talk about Disney, and we didn't really want to do a how-to all the time.
Yeah.
Like how-to is cool.
There's a lot, but there are a lot of those
And we
out
do
there.
some how-tos, and there's a ton of how-tos out there. But not everybody needs a how-to.
I think I said multiple times before I was really even super involved, was like, just don't do tips and tricks all the time.
Yeah.
Don't do tips and tricks. So
Yeah. But I mean, we do reviews and we talk about the things that we like and the fact that we really, really like it, mostly. I mean, sometimes there's things Disney does that we don't like, but
Yeah.
it's nice to just have a forum to sit and talk with other like-minded folks and just have some fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's not serious at all. Like,
that is at the very, very base of this podcast. That's how it started. Because
Yeah.
you guys, when you all met,
Just
when you two
friends
met,
talking
and
about
Courtney,
Disney.
you would just talk about Disney
for
for
fun.
2 hours.
Yeah. And so if we're going to do it, if we're going to talk about it
Put
for
some
2
mics
hours.
in front of us.
Yeah, I mean, just give us some mics because before we ever go on, this is like a little bit of the behind the scenes. We tend to talk for a couple hours before we even sit down to record,
And then
not
after.
even, and then after, and then not even necessarily about what we're about to
Rare-
record.
Rarely about the episode. It's,
Yeah,
it's about our next 4 trips, our last 4
on the
trips.
actual
Yeah.
prep.
yeah, and then some of us forget to do prep. I wouldn't know who that is, but I'm quick on my feet. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of those games that I'm terrible at. But yeah, so I mean, I think it's really good. And then like we try not to share content. Like Logan, that was very good tips from him at first because
Yeah.
Jordan and I would talk and we'd be just talking about stuff, and he would be like, "Hey, that's really good content.
Save it for the
Save it for the
podcast."
podcast."
Yeah, the 2 hours before we
Yes.
record,
Yeah.
you
But
would
like
go
a
into
long time
detail
ago,
about
we
everything
used
you're
to
going
really
to talk
go into
about.
detail. Now we
Yeah.
just try to, I think,
Talk about
just
everything
talk about
but the
everything
I
else.
wanted to hit record just to get the good stuff recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jordan was up for, I was like, "What do you think?" She was like, "I think I would like it." She talked to Logan. And so then we decided we would meet, and we met at Panera Bread, and we kind of jotted the stuff down. And then I think several weeks went by before
Yeah.
we could get back together again.
Yeah.
And really and we're like, "Okay, are we doing it?" Mm-hmm. And then only really one of us knows about microphones and sound.
Right, that's what I was going to say a minute
Yeah.
ago. You mentioned like Courtney listened to podcasts the most,
Yeah.
but not, and then
Yeah.
one
But
of us has experience with recording themselves, right? Just one, just you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just Jordan. And then one of us just goes to Disney all the time.
And I am
And
neither
the
of those
other
three.
married. The other's married to one.
And you listened to why I'm here last week, so
So if you just put it all together,
We
all have this little
complete
piece.
team.
Yeah, we make a great little team. As long as like Courtney and I were out on the last episode, and I think there's only been, has it just been two that I've not
two
been
out
on
of the whole year,
and only one Courtney's not been on.
Not
Yep.
been on one.
And so, but here's
But I know I didn't
Two.
start
Courtney
out.
wasn't there for the very first
Oh,
episode.
yeah, that's
right.
true. Yeah.
But you were there.
No,
Yeah.
she
No,
wasn't in the.
I was
The
not
very first episode,
in
she
the
was
room
not in the
for
room.
the
You
very
weren't in the
first
room.
Our
Michelle,
test-
you
yeah,
came to our house.
pilot episode.
But see,
Yeah.
I'm the old person in the group, so I don't remember.
So that's a good.
52 weeks is a
And
long
then
time ago.
even after that, we weren't mic'd.
You and I weren't mic'd, but you
The
were
first-
not there on the first.
Yeah, but
one.
I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
But you
on
were
the
in the
first
room
episode.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So-
you both have collectively missed 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we first started this, Michelle and I were going to be essentially the only
Yeah.
people on the mic. Because when you first approached me about it, we both loved Disney, and you can come at it from like the super fan point of view.
Yes.
And then I grew up going to Disney, lived in Orlando for a while, and then am now a travel agent.
Yeah.
So we just felt like our knowledge about it could be fun. There could be different things we discovered. And at the time, Courtney really liked the idea of a podcast, but just wasn't sure if talking on a mic was what she wanted to do.
Right.
But she wanted to be involved. And then Logan is married to me, and
So he's involved.
so he's involved anyway.
Yeah.
And so the very first, Courtney did not get to be there for the very first recording, our pilot episode.
Yeah.
But any of the meetings after that, though, we just kind of naturally brought Courtney and Logan into it because we also just loved, they would be part of our conversations
Yeah.
in real life that
Yeah.
kind of inspired this. And so we kind of dubbed them producers because they both had really good insights into different things and they have good creative minds in different senses and really were behind the scenes, you know, helping
And
us
still
run
are.
equipment.
Well, and they still are right now. You can't
Keeping
see
the
it.
dog from squeaking toys.
Yeah, keeping the dog
Yeah.
from squeaking toys, coming up with ideas,
Showing me how long we've been on.
Yeah.
'Cause we get
Giving
really
us our
sidetracked.
time.
Yes.
And
Yes,
so,
I give them number cues.
yeah,
every
so they
now and then.
really were kind of our silent partners almost from the very
Exactly.
beginning. And then we got a few episodes in and it would be really funny because we would look over at Courtney and she would be like very much agreeing with something or like
Or not.
or not or
being
like
oh,
like
no.
you could just tell she wanted to say something so bad, but she's like, we didn't have her mic'd up
No,
at the
there was
time.
no mic.
And so finally we were like, I think it was it a movie review? Was that the first
I
time?
do think the Snow
White.
White movie
Snow White.
review
Snow
was our
White movie
first.
review. That was
Liked.
kind of our first idea, maybe segueing where like we could bring them in for an episode and
It made sense to bring us
Yeah.
in for that one because we saw the movie as well.
it was
with you.
opinions, multiple opinions. And then we tricked them into getting on the mic for that one. And then we've kept a mic in front of them
Yeah.
ever since. And now
Yeah.
they're our permanent co-hosts.
There you go. And we were going pretty strong before, you know, we had, if you go back, like one of the things that we did to test it, which is kind of funny to people, but we traveled together so that we could see.
First, yeah, before we
needed
did any
like
episode.
do our person, yeah, because like that is not just staying in a hotel room together. Obviously, you learn a lot about people if you share a room together, right? But even for just a few days, but just the knowledge of Disney and did it work?
Yeah.
Because we don't have to do everything the same. We have different thoughts. We try different things and we're flexible, but at least then we could see that we did it the same way, meaning
Right.
we could probably carry the conversation the same way. And then we kind of proceed. Then it was a few months. Then we had the first meeting. Then we did the first
Yeah,
recording.
and just to touch on that, we met at your house one night and brainstormed a ton of topic ideas.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Just so
met.
we'd be
We
ready.
went to eat a couple of times. We would talk after our church services for hours. Sometimes just fun stuff about Disney, but a lot of it was pre-planning, and it took a few months to get it off
to
the
kind
ground.
of get the groove
first-
of,
And then-
of kind of how it was going to work. And then the first few episodes, we were still working our way through on the back and forth and the conversation because it's very much, we're a conversational podcast.
Yeah. We're not pre-scripted.
No.
We're not. We have no.
How can you tell?
Yeah, we have an idea of what we're going to say, but it's literally anything can happen once that record button.
Yeah,
Especially today,
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
And the cute thing is that for those of you that are looking on YouTube and you can see Jordan right now and she's got a notebook in her lap. And the thing that you'll always notice about me is I don't have one.
But to be fair, you have your phone,
I do have my
Yes.
phone.
and Jordan's phone is always what we use to record.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
So
for now.
sometimes
we'll get to that in the.
sometimes I have notes,
Yeah.
but mostly not. And sometimes it's really the notes that they send me so that I can know what we're doing and then I can just play
Well,
into it.
if you don't mind, let's talk about that a little bit as far as the prep work and then like what goes into an episode, especially for you two. I
Yeah.
know for us, but for you two, it depends on the episode.
Yeah, it very much depends on the episode. And like I said, we initially had a big brainstorming session on what can we talk about. So we had a good mixture of ideas going in before. But a lot of times, especially at the start, we would try to record a few episodes each
Yep.
night so we could kind of stockpile them because we're 4 individuals that have crazy schedules and we knew it was not realistic to get together once a week at certain points. And so we needed to kind of have some that were stockpiled. And so But then we've had seasons where, like, the last few months, we have literally been getting together once a week and recording the episodes one at a time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been various, just depending on our schedules of what we're prepping for each night. Sometimes we still will do 2 or 3 in a night.
Yeah.
Other times we just do the episode for that week because that's all we have time for, and we move on. But typically we still have a list of ideas, but a lot of times, like, just naturally with either Disney's schedule, the season, if there's holidays, like, the ideas have kind of come pretty naturally, but we'll pick an idea of what we want to cover. And then if there is something that requires research, like when we did our the history of Disneyland episode.
I did
for
homework.
instance.
We actually divided up topics for that.
Yeah.
That one, we knew it
That's
would be
probably the one we had the most homework
Yes,
for.
yeah, because
And I actually completed the homework.
Yeah.
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 But we knew it would be insane for all 4 of us to study everything there possibly was about
Yeah.
Disneyland. So we kind of developed an outline of what we wanted to talk about and then split up the research. Everyone had their own component that they were going to do. And then we came together, and again, non-scripted, we were just like, when we get to this section, you talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's other episodes, like I think of the movie review episodes.
Mm-hmm.
What's the pre-planning that goes into that?
We have to go watch the
Go
movie.
watch the movie. So like
Yeah.
we got to go to the movies for the
Yeah,
podcast.
just had
It
a
was
movie
fun-
night together.
That was the prep work,
Yeah.
and then we'd go to dinner, and those were probably the times where you two, well, all 4 of us,
Yeah.
talked so much about
What we thought.
what we were going to talk about on the podcast, and I just wanted to record all of it because I'm like,
Yeah.
we're breaking down this movie at
Could have
dinner.
been like 12 episodes.
Right.
We're breaking down this movie at dinner in such a good way, and now we've got to go
Yeah.
regurgitate that.
Yeah,
on
because
camera.
any of the movie reviews, we would literally go watch the movie,
Then eat.
then eat, and then immediately go back and record our thoughts while it was fresh in our minds. So those ones,
Yeah.
there wasn't really any prep. It was just record or watch the movie and then head straight to
Yeah.
the recording studio to
and we've
to
had
get our thoughts.
we've had some of the fun ones, which require less planning for some of you.
Yeah, like trivia.
Christopher Robin.
Yeah. Would you rathers, mystery questions, all of those. We'll usually prep those ahead of time. Logan usually will take the lead on coming up with those. At first,
Those are the-
Courtney and Logan
Yeah.
would put them together.
Our first batch of questions,
Yeah.
I think we both came
Yeah.
up with several.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then
Yeah.
Once it branched off, and we decided
Yeah.
to do the Chat GPT descriptions
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
trivia.
Which we wanted Courtney,
wanted Courtney
to be able
involved.
to answer,
Yeah.
so she clearly couldn't have the question.
Right.
So those
Cheat.
require a lot more prep work for me,
Yeah.
which I'm fine with because I know I've already got those planned. I've got questions lined up for
Yeah.
weeks ahead of time, just for the fun of whenever we need
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, we always have those types of episodes in our back pockets for whenever we just
And
have.
those are some
a
of my
quick
favorite.
night.
They're just
I
a lot
love
of fun.
those.
Yes,
Yeah.
those end up being a lot of fun
Yes.
because you truly don't know what's going to happen.
No.
No, at all. No.
It goes off the rails pretty quick.
Yes,
Some of
that
those
it
questions
does.
are so hard.
Yes.
Well, and then for the most part, things have been really smooth. I would say we've not had a ton of terrible blunders.
Yeah.
We've had the occasional dog, right, that comes in and squeaks the toy, or Denver made his podcast appearance
Yes.
several months ago.
Yeah.
And then or a
Do you-
squeaky chair.
Do you know Denver slept on his bed the entire time we recorded last week
Yep.
when we didn't have you two?
Didn't cause any problems.
He did not move.
Well, I don't have
no,
a good
but it's just
influence.
interesting.
When he
He's
has
so
friends over,
excited.
he's
He likes
just
to have
so
friends.
excited.
But then you can only make so much preparation for something bad's going to happen.
Yeah. Yes.
And we have had a couple
Yeah,
terrible things.
I would
Like,
I was
but
trying
like-
to think of them. I think it was only, it's been 3 that I can think of.
I only can think
Yeah.
of 2 terrible things.
The
Was
mic
it-
going out on Katie.
So our first guest,
That's right.
when Katie was our
Yeah.
first time guest star, her mic did not work, and we
Well, it was working.
we tested
so whenever we do our episodes, we'll always mic check everybody, make sure everyone's got, we have the headphones, make sure everyone's mics are working. Whenever we hit the record button, everyone's does testing. We make sure there are waves happening. Like, we do a thorough check. Like, where I am come from a background of singing and recording, so I have a somewhat limited knowledge of recording, which is why this works. But we know enough to check our bases. But for some
Jordan
reason,
knows enough to check our bases.
First-
We just do what
yeah.
we're told.
We checked Katie's mic. She was good to go. It was the very first time we had a fifth guest on.
Oh man, it was good.
It
too.
was good. Like Katie had some really funny quips and all this stuff. And we got done with the episode. We were recording 2 that night. We got done with the episode and I went over to save everything and I looked at Katie's voice. I looked at her file and I didn't see any waves on it. And I was like, I know we checked this. Like it had waves to start. And so I went back to the very beginning and sure enough, there were some waves. And then they just went away.
And what's cute?
They were not there anymore.
And what's cute is Jordan, who can be kind of quiet, but she's not all the time quiet, obviously. But when there's trouble and she doesn't want to tell everybody, she gets like obviously quiet. And so we're all sitting around and we're still talking and talking about how great it was. And Jordan's over there and I can see her moving things around and I can see she's like there's something bad wrong, but she doesn't want to tell it. And she's not talking and she's just very frustrated. You can start seeing that she's frustrated, but she's still not speaking. And then we're all like, oh, something's not good. And she's like, this is bad. And we're like, how bad? And she goes, oh, I mean, it's bad. And so then we had to go through well, are we going to redo it? Are we going to redo it tonight?
I mean, because
are we just going to go home?
yeah.
Like, what are we going to do?
They are
Well,
episodes.
you are home at that point.
Some of them are 45 minutes to an hour. Like, it's not like it's a quick redo. Like, we just spent an hour of our time on this episode.
that we can't get back. But not only that, because we're not scripted,
We can't, like...
we didn't have any notes.
Yeah, you've kind of got to find that line between remembering what you just did and doing it again, but making it seem like it's the first time you've
Still,
done it.
because so much
Yeah.
of what we do is spontaneity, right?
Yep,
So how
all
do
of
you
it.
repeat but also be
And
spontaneous?
at this point, I mean, Katie's schedule is also very different than ours, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like we were going to get her back tomorrow night.
No, and
the
she
next
wasn't
night.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
So we had to
she
redo
was
it.
not coming.
We had to regroup, and it was just a little rough.
This is terrible.
We also had, before that, I've thought of 4 major issues now.
Oh, there was
but-
one before that?
Before that, we had at least twice where our camera went out.
Oh, I forgot.
So
yeah,
one
for the
time,
YouTube.
Jordan's
Yeah.
phone died, and we lost
Yeah.
the camera halfway through. One time,
Yeah.
we also an alarm. So if someone calls her phone, it's fine. If someone texts her, it's fine. But if she had an alarm set for whatever reason, when that alarm went off, it ended the video, and we didn't catch it. So
Yeah,
twice
but we
because
weren't-
Because we're so advanced and such professionals that we're still using an iPhone. But
yeah,
I mean,
that's a side
it
note. But we're going
works.
to talk about that in a
Yeah.
little bit. The
But it
camera.
works.
Yeah.
The other, I don't know. You said you had 3.
What was one of? There were 2 here.
Well,
the
I
same
just
night.
remember the biggest one.
We
Yes.
got done recording and it
Jordan's
was
computer.
Jordan was over
Again.
at the computer again, just
Frustrated
very
and
quiet, not turning around.
Sort of, kind of pacing in place, but not really.
And we all just kind of stopped and we're all watching.
Because now we know.
And then she was like, it's not here.
And we're like,
Computer.
My computer crashed
Yeah.
at the very end of the episode when I went to click save. The computer just done. It was done for the day. And
Jordan and I spent about 3 or 4 hours a couple days later trying to track it down through lost files.
No, that was a
in
different
Apple.
That was a different one.
That's a different
That was
one.
the other
Well, no,
one.
we
that
did
was
that
our
one too,
third.
though.
So with this,
We did
we
that
looked
one
up
too,
all the things of like how you recover something. You know, we use an audio interface. We use a recording technology. Like how do you recover? We went through all the steps and it just was not there. Like poof. Yeah,
Gone.
it was crashed and gone. And again, we had to go through the choice of do we put this aside? And I think that one we decided we were going to do 2 that night.
So we did
So we
not
decided
re-record
to
that
not
one.
re-record that
We
one
came back the next
immediately.
night.
We came
Yep.
back a different day and recorded it. And I think that was the better choice for that because we could, right? With Katie, we needed to do it right away.
Well, and I think that at that point, if I remember, it was late. We were tired.
We had one more
Yeah.
to record.
We had one more to record.
We're often
we
recording
had to get one done.
Yeah.
If we got two, it was a bonus. Mm-hmm. And so we're like, let's just do this other one.
We all
It was
had the
on
next
a
night
completely,
free.
yeah, completely different topic. Like
Yeah.
they were not connected. And so we just regrouped, took a deep breath, redid it, made sure it was there, and then came
No,
back the next
and
day
then
and
that
did
was-
the other one.
But that
Yeah.
was problem 4 because that second one we did that night ended up being the one that just disappeared from Jordan's computer.
Guys, I'm not
Yes. Y'all
lying
got
when I
home.
tell you.
And it was
This
gone.
was 4 days later. It existed on my computer for 4 days. It's still the biggest mystery today. I don't know what happened. So we recorded a second one that night and it was going to be the following week's episode.
Yep.
So I had seen it saved on my computer the whole week, the whole next week, because I wasn't going to edit it till the
Yeah.
following week. And a lot of times I don't have a chance to edit these guys until Monday night, which is when I upload them.
We're bearing all today,
Okay.
aren't we? No rules.
Life
Because
is
we're busy.
scheduled,
Well,
okay?
life is busy.
Often, if you guys don't know, most of the time we're recording these at like 10 p.m. at night.
And that's because of our
Our
pre
schedules.
our pregame rituals.
Yes, that's
where
our
We
own
start
fault.
at 2 p.m. We're
That's
still
our
going to
own
record
fault.
at 10.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times because of our busy schedules, I don't get a chance to edit everything until Monday. So I went to pull up the said episode Monday, and this was a particular day where I did not get to start editing until around 8 p.m. Which is, yes, Jordan, it's last minute, blah, blah, blah. Listen, we all have lives, okay? And I go to open the file, and it's not there. It doesn't exist. And
And
I'm like,
again, the
and
first
so for-
one, the computer crashed. We know
Yeah.
it just that was that. The second one was there for a week.
and again, Logan's sitting next. Like, I had seen this file. I had seen it multiple times when I went in to edit a completely different episode. It was on the computer, guys. I can't tell you where it went. And again, similar to all the other things, Logan's sitting next to me, and I'm just sitting there in silence. And he's like, something's wrong.
Are we gonna do this?
What's wrong?
And she's like,
I was like, it's
no.
not here. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's literally not here. I don't know what to tell you. We spent hours, guys, hours trying to figure out how to find a file that's essentially disappeared. Couldn't find it. So I don't even know if I texted y'all that
You
night
did
or if
not,
I waited till
because it was about 2 a.m. before we
you're
finally
right.
gave up.
You're right. I didn't text him at 2 a.m. So we had already, I don't always pre-tease our episodes, right? But this was going to be a different one. I think it was our New York episode. I had pre-teased on our Facebook that Monday that we're dropping an episode tomorrow. It's gonna
Our first Beyond.
our first Beyond. Like, it was going to be a special episode. So if you guys follow us and remember that very next day, I put out a very nice post that was like, guys, life happens. Yeah, life happens when a file disappears off your computer. So I texted Michelle and Courtney at like 8 a.m. that morning, and I was like, guys, there's going to be no episode today.
We don't have one.
Also, what's your availability to record in like, I don't know, the next 24 hours so we can release this on, I don't know, Wednesday or I think we did.
Thursday.
We got
Thursday.
it done by Thursday. We recorded that
we
Wednesday.
were just late.
Yeah. It worked out, but yeah, it has not been a year without learning. And so now your computer's going to crash. Sometimes you can't avoid that.
It's
Phones are going to
technology.
die. Technology is
Right.
going to happen. We figure out our ways around it. And I will honestly say, knock on wood, like I'm honestly surprised there were only 3 or 4 major mishaps considering how new we are at this and how crazy technology can be. And if
Exactly.
you work with recording at all, you know that programs like Logic can crash out of the blue for no reason because they want to. So I'm thankful that we only had a few mishaps.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones I can think of.
That was
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
it. Like we
no,
really have
yeah.
not had many.
And as far as health and sickness goes,
Yeah.
like we've only had the couple times.
Yep.
For me, I was really sick back at this past winter.
Yep.
And then
And that's one of the
this
reasons
past stuff. Yeah.
we like to stack up a couple extras.
Just in
Yeah.
case.
Just
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
Not
and
going to
then-
lie to you, like they're not all fresh the day before, or
No.
it's not like we're recording live
No,
Tuesday
'cause
morning
we all
when
have
these
jobs.
release.
Yeah, we all have this. We all
Yeah.
have these other things. We have family and friends and church and work and travel.
Travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if we're going to be at Disney for 5 days, we're probably recording a week in advance because we're planning for the trip. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's helped too. I mean, we've had some trips where we've got to do some cool things together, and we're going to do some more soon.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
Y'all are.
Well, not poor Logan. This is a girls' trip. But you know, I mean, we have those things, which is exciting, and people can see inside of our life and
Yeah.
our travel, right,
Yeah.
and our experiences. But again, from a very podcast kind of way. Like, we're on YouTube, but we're not crazy. Like, we don't have 5 million followers on
Yeah.
YouTube wanting to sit and look at us sit in these chairs and talk in a microphone. Maybe you will someday. Please do. Ring the bell.
Yeah, that's another good point. When y'all started this, it was okay, we're gonna do a podcast. We're gonna do a podcast. We're gonna do a podcast. So we started very early on with like, okay, how does that work? We're gonna use Spotify as our main host, but you got to broadcast it. We had to do all the research into that, but then at the same time, we had people asking like, well, when are you going to release the videos? We want to watch you while we do it. Like,
It's like,
You
this
sure?
is a podcast.
okay, so, yeah. But that's
I did
totally
not
fine.
sign up to edit videos too.
Yeah.
So we appreciate those
Yes,
of
you
you that
did.
want to see it because it does add a little bit of a
Yeah.
aspect to the
If you're
fun.
for
visual,
sure.
like I'm visual, so
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the podcasts that
It
I
makes
actually
sense.
listen to,
Yeah.
actually watch.
They all have
So like if
video
you're
nowadays.
watching the Kelsey brothers, right? Like you're actually like nobody just. I mean,
Just
I guess
listen.
you could just listen
Yeah.
to them, but it's not near as much fun because there's chaos happening.
seeing
Chairs
them is-
getting broken,
yeah.
and little kids are everywhere. So and dogs.
But we're not a vlog yet.
No.
Or we don't plan on doing daily videos or
Not
anything
unless
like that.
someone moves to Florida.
But yeah, there you go.
and then
Not
we could
unless
vlog.
someone wants to edit videos for us.
Oh, that's not my jam. We're gonna skip it.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip it.
So this is what you get for now.
Yeah.
This is what- and one of the things we mentioned a couple of times, but we actually bought a camera so that we could stop using Jordan's
Well,
phone.
so our current setup, which we haven't officially gone over, but our current setup, well, for our mics, we did invest. I have some regular vocal microphones, which is what we used a lot at first from music. I have a studio at our house, but we have 2 studios now. So
Yeah.
we have a studio at mine and Logan's house, and then we have a studio at Michelle and Courtney's house, so we can bounce back and forth depending
Yeah.
on where we are. And for Michelle's house, we've invested in some nice podcast mics now.
Very cute.
For only through me and Michelle.
Courtney and I do not
Logan
have nice
still
mics.
Do you have nice mics?
They are
Excuse
nice.
you. They're just vocal mics.
They're not as cute as ours,
Not
but
the
they're
cool
cute.
mics.
Yeah, they're just not the cool
Oh, they're
podcast
cool.
mics.
Y'all are cool.
But that's
Okay,
just,
come on.
We're coming.
Sorry, she's getting real insulted about her old radio mic.
I know.
Whatever.
But I mean, we digress. But we're planning on upgrading them eventually to some nice podcast mics. We would also love to get them on camera eventually,
Full
Yep.
time.
full time.
then there would be no
So that's like
backstage.
our sounds. Yeah. That's our sound setup. We have a little audio interface in my computer, and that's how we're doing all of our audio. And then for our YouTube friends, we have a ring light because that's what all the influencers do.
Yeah. A
And then-
small ring light.
We'll take it. We'll post this week of what it looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we literally film everything on my iPhone. That's all we have.
That's
But
all we have.
But because
One angle.
you didn't have access to your phone for every episode.
Right.
We had the issues where it died one time.
And we thought, like, the
you
iPhones
need-
take great video. There's nothing
Yeah. They
wrong
do.
with those. But we just thought if we get a professional camera, maybe that's something we should get into. I can have my phone back. We're not bogging down
Maybe
the
the
memory.
storage is bigger.
The storage
like the whole
should
thing.
be bigger.
that
then
is
it was
absolutely
terrible.
not right. Apparently.
With the camera that we got, which all looked good to all of us.
Yeah.
Like, we were not buying necessarily a vlogger's
We
camera,
didn't go
but
all
you
out,
could have.
but you know,
But I
it
mean,
was
Every single
literally
camera on Amazon that I
It's
searched,
called a
that
podcast camera.
One podcast camera leads you to another one, leads you to another one.
Yep.
The prices were all roughly, $200 to $800, and they all said the same thing. They all did the same thing. So I don't think we got the wrong thing.
no,
Yeah.
but we just
And I mean, and there's
trash.
other kinds. I mean, that one, yeah, that one was, there's,
They were recorded in 4-minute segments.
yeah,
It recorded
So
in
when you-
4-minute segments, and then it didn't even like you were literally missing a second of video in between each.
Every
segment.
4-minute segment had a little glitch at the end of it
Thank-
till it didn't go smoothly
Yeah.
into the next one.
Thank
And-
goodness
but
we still recorded all those
Yes.
also with my phone.
We would test it. We'd have both
Yes.
of the cameras
And then-
side by side.
And then if you can't tell, only two of us are doing the editing, which is
Yeah.
where I was going at earlier. Like I was sick and Courtney and I have each missed a couple episodes, but I got news for you guys. If they're out,
There's no
we're out.
podcast that week.
We're
Unless,
out.
unless there's one in the bank.
Like I
and
might
y'all
get
can
on my
just
phone
upload it.
and do a monologue, but that's it. It's gonna be rough. We're just gonna throw that out on Facebook, and it's just gonna be the monologue. They're sick. Can you believe it? They're sick.
I appreciate that. That's a good point.
Yeah,
If
like
we
we're
get sick or if we're out,
no, we're out.
we had to
Done.
learn it from. Well, no, Jordan knew a lot ahead of time.
No, I'm not learning it. Like I'm just. I mean, like let's just be honest. We all have a role on this
Michelle's
podcast.
homework is to learn how to run Logic.
Michelle does a lot of things. She's into technology for work and everything like that. AI even. But no, this isn't me.
I
So
feel
like,
I could learn it, but
Yeah.
it's all of y'all's
Yeah.
equipment.
It's all
like,
Yeah, at the end
at
of the
your
day,
house.
yes.
Like I can't.
yeah. So if
I
they
can't
got
do
COVID,
it, you
know.
we got to go get COVID to get the computer. So we're not doing
And
that.
we'll be out the next
Right.
week.
Yeah. Yeah. On today's episode, Courtney and Michelle now have COVID because we had COVID last week and they came to get the equipment so that they could use it.
It took them all week to figure it all out.
doing this type of record, it's not easily shareable. Like it's not like, oh, here, Courtney,
Well,
let me just send you this giant audio
we're
file
not-
for you to edit.
Listen, we know we've seen enough people on YouTube with these podcasts to know that you can be at one house and video and the other people be at the
Yeah.
other house. And that's awesome. But we haven't done that yet.
No.
And we probably will someday, maybe. I don't know that we will because that's the thing about it. It's not that can't work. And for all of you, if any of our fellow podcasters are listening or watching, we're not saying that's wrong. I think that's great,
Yeah.
right?
We just like being together
But part
in the
of
same
the
room.
thing that we like is being together.
Yeah.
So if you're at your house and we're at our house and we're doing this across,
yeah, it's
That's
not
a-
the same for
It
us.
almost
it's
feels
not the same. It's
like
disconnected.
disconnected and a
Yeah.
not cheap to the listener, but cheap to us.
yeah.
yeah.
Like a cheap, like we're just checking a box.
Yeah. Because like this isn't our job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've told
This
Jordan,
is for fun.
Yeah.
yeah, I've told Jordan a couple of times that like I don't know that I want to get to that point. If we have to do that, where we have to Skype in, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, like if
we have
I'm
to
at
do it.
Disney World by myself because none of my friends
Right.
could go, and we wanted to do it from there, that's the best reason I could come up with.
Yeah.
And I don't
We'd
know, the
figure it
Epcot
out.
balls right behind me for the show. Like that's not a bad thing.
And if we had to do that, we could
That
do
might
that.
be
But I don't
okay.
want to get to the point where we just feel comfortable. Let's just.
But I
Hey,
think
what
at
time
that,
can you log on to do the podcast?
but I think at that point it becomes a job,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think when it becomes a job, we don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I mean, we're not in this. No one is paying us nor buying our equipment. But if you have
Yet.
podcast equipment and you would like to donate it to us
Yeah.
and show us how it works better, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We're up.
We're not saying we don't want people to pay us.
yeah.
It's just not happening yet.
It's
Yeah.
just not happening yet. And
So if you want to donate, or
Please.
once we get to 1 million followers,
no,
we're
no.
good.
When we get to 5,000, go ahead and make donations. We're good.
those are two separate things.
Okay.
If you want to donate now.
Yes.
Or once we get to 1 million followers, YouTube
Yeah.
will donate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. So, I mean, like we do all of those things, but I think that's the most important thing is that we like coming together and
Yes.
we like the process. So
Yeah.
you hear about people, Jordan can speak to this because I'm not in the music industry. A lot of people, Taylor Swift, for example, loves the process, right? From the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
We like the process.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'll always take in person over. I mean, so many albums and stuff nowadays are like the guitarist is at his home and he's just listening to the track and he records his part and he sends it in. And when I've done my projects, like everyone's in the room at the same time playing.
Yeah.
It's old school, but it's so much better that way. Like
Yeah.
the human connection is there. And I feel like with this, it's the same way. Like, yes, we started this podcast and yes, we're super happy people listen to it. But at the end of the day, like this is a passion project for all of us. And it's just something like it's 4 friends getting together every week to just talk about something they love.
Yeah.
And if we're not getting to do that in person for us, it's not
worth it.
That's not
It's
the
different.
experience, you know?
Yeah, it's different. Like I said, if there's somebody were in the hospital or somebody was traveling, again, like, you guys have traveled out of the country and things like that. And if you're gone for 2 weeks, I mean, really and truly, we're gonna bust up and get a few done before you go.
Yeah.
Because that's how we work. Like we try to plan like that, knowing our schedules. And the past 8 months have been a little bit different due to circumstances that I've had. But you guys have been champs and worked with that, because it could have, I mean, to just be honest,
It could have fell
a
apart.
lot of people just would have let it fall apart.
Yeah.
But like I was like, hey, I want to keep doing this, but my life's kind of going to be on hold for a little bit. Can we do this? And like get some equipment? And you guys were like, yeah, we're here once a week anyway, twice a day, like at least twice a week, right? Like we can make that
Let's do
work.
it.
And so that's what we're doing. And now when I think you'll see some pictures later, you'll see their studio, and we're going to get back into their studio some, because I think it's nice to be in both places, because the sound is different. The environment's different. Denver Doodle's there. He's not here. We have 3 crazies here, but they're not up here tonight. But yeah, I think those are all important things to kind of factor in.
Yeah.
Yep.
What just I got a couple of questions here that I thought would spark some fun comments. What's one thing that surprised you? I think that's a good segue of what we just talked about. What's something that surprised you that maybe you weren't expecting in going into doing a podcast? Like, is there anything in the daily aspect of it, or the planning of it, or the recording of it that surprised you? Anybody think of anything? We need to cut this part out? Cool. Awesome. This question surprised you.
This question threw me
This
off.
question.
I mean, I don't know, like the term surprised for me is like, I don't know if it's like super applicable, because I knew going into this, I knew nothing about editing or putting together a podcast, and that we were going to be flying by the seat of our pants. Just trying to be like, I know how to edit music and record music, but I don't know I didn't know much about podcasts. So I think twofold, like kind of what surprised me was how easily we were able to fall into it. Because you just never know. Like, so much about what makes stuff successful like this is chemistry and comfortability of talking into a mic. Like, some people just, it doesn't click. It's not something they enjoy. And so it was all a big question mark of how would we all feel? Would we like it? Would we enjoy it? Would we still want to be here a year later? And so I think one of the things that like kind of surprised me, in like, not that I was expecting it to not go well. Like, I knew we'd all make it work. But I think it was cool just how easily we all fell into it and just started to develop this rapport and relationships even more. And it became like just this big friend hangout all the time. We just had mics in front of us, and it became like, it truly became like a family as we went too. And so I didn't know what to expect about starting it, but that was probably something that surprised me, was just how easy it was to do it every week.
I would say that's like, I wasn't sure how it would flow, because I'm not on a mic at my work, and I don't do that. I mean, I'm on headphones all day, and I am on a mic, but it's a different kind of mic. Yeah, it's more like being an air traffic controller kind of thing. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it flowed. It was easy not from a standpoint. I mean, guys, this isn't hard. It's not like we're out digging ditches or anything, but it worked, and we didn't have to work at it.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened, and we just started talking, and it kind of flowed. The first one was probably kind of nervous, and I'd never been on a mic before, it went well. And then it just kind of grew, and the group grew, right, to talking. And then, I joke with all of them all the time, because I'm just that person. I'm like, can you believe 4,000 people listen? And they're like, well, yes. And I go, really? 4,000 people listen. And so I get tickled. So like, I was presenting for work last week, at our corporate office to a group of leaders. And, I was joking, and I said, I'm really good up here, and I talk like this, and this is for work, and this is all this. But I mean, I'm a lot of fun. because it works sometimes. I'm not a lot of fun. But what I do is just sometimes not fun. But I'm like, but this is me. And I'm this fun all the time. And if you need to know that, you can go out and listen to my Disney podcast. And people they're like, look, because I don't know these people. I knew the leaders in the room. And so they're laughing. And I go, no, really, I'm serious. And they're like, what? And I go, no, really. I'm
Have
like
a
a big
Disney
Disney geek
podcast.
and big one of those Disney adults that everybody talks about. And I've got some friends. And we do this Disney podcast, and if you like it, I can tell you where to go out and like to the magic and beyond. But go ahead and do that. But now we're going to talk about healthcare. so you know,
Always
Segue.
always promoting, and that kind of thing. And so, but really, it's like us just hanging out. So I think it is a little bit of me being shocked that people want to listen. But a lot of the feedback that I have gotten, and I don't know about you guys, but from people that listen that we know that don't miss it, part of what they like is this.
Yeah.
It's easy. We laugh. They get that joy. There's fun. We cut up a lot, and I think that, that's exciting. So, I mean, we're bringing some joy. I mean,
Yeah.
not just to us, to somebody else, because they listen and they like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, Courtney, Logan, any surprises? Or?
I've just been surprised at how much fun it is and how excited I've been to do it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what
For
it
a whole
would-
year.
Yeah, right. I didn't know what it would involve, and there is a lot of work behind the scenes for it at times. But it's become probably my number one hobby as far as like planning, looking forward to. Next Saturday, okay, yeah, I'll block my night off so that we can go to dinner and hang out and record, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of fun and brainstorming and all that. So yeah, the excitement I wasn't expecting. So, yeah.
I wasn't expecting to like being mic'd.
Yeah.
I talk when I want to talk. Obviously, I probably talk the least on here, but I have enjoyed it. And then also people actually listening.
Yeah.
friends reaching out. Hey, I listened to the podcast last week.
Yeah, I still can't get past going, really?
Really?
Which we want you to. I'm on here begging people to listen.
But then when they listen,
But
you're
then
like,
when
"Oh,
they're
you
like,
did?"
hey, we listened, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, well, did you like it?
Yeah.
Is it pretty good? What do you think?
Yeah, I had
And then-
a family member this week said that they listen every week.
Aw.
They missed this past week, but they
That's
listen every
sweet.
week. And then a friend was like, I haven't listened to this week's yet, but like
Aw.
I really enjoy. They really enjoy listening.
Or
to
like,
it.
That's cool.
So
I mean, you guys are going to think I'm funny for mentioning it, but you have to mention it. And hopefully she's listening. But, we made a new listener at the funeral
Oh,
yesterday. You got it. Come on now. It's
Still
you can't
promoting
make
us
this
at
stuff up. So I
Promoting at
mean,
the
like,
funeral.
it's like fun though. But I mean, it's like but that's what makes it great, because it's a bright spot
yeah.
in a bad
And maybe
moment.
be a darker
You know what I mean?
moment.
And for everybody listening, my dad just passed away. He's had a long illness. But the crazy thing is he was so tickled that we did it, because he would talk about, are you doing that podcast? And I go, yes, I'm going to go up. We're going to record for a
Because
little
he was
bit.
living with you.
Yeah, he lived with me. And so he knew we were going. Like when we went to Disney in January, I was like, yeah, we're going to go on a trip. We're going to get some content together so that, we can talk more. And he was like, well, you don't really need a reason to talk more. And I'm like, I know.
Thanks, Dad.
But he was like, well, that'll be good. And when I came back, he was like, well, how'd it go? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, we even met people that, like, we were like sharing the podcast with. And he was like, that's great. And when I remember when we hit 3,000, I told him, and I was like, he said, that's great. And I was like, well, I mean, it's not, not like at 5 or 10,000. He was like, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Just keep at it. And I think that's the thing. We're not rushing it.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be a flash in the pan.
No.
No, I do sometimes. I'm like, man, we've got at least 45 weeks of great content, if not 52. I hope we haven't wasted our best content growing the very beginning of the podcast, because 10 years from now, I would love to have 1 million followers.
Yeah.
And
And
I
we're
just
still
hope we
doing
can
it.
still produce the same content.
I
So,
don't think we'll
I
ever
don't think
not.
we're gonna run out
Yeah.
of content because Disney keeps bringing
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
things.
Disney keeps bringing.
I'm going to run out of mystery questions.
And-
And trivia questions.
Can't wait to see what ChatGPT does for us in 10 years. That'll be
Actually,
interesting.
we
It
can
will
probably
be
get
us.
it to record the whole podcast for
That's
us
it.
Probably.
with our voices.
It will be us, and we'll be at Disney riding the rides, and
I'm gonna be on
ChatGPT will be
Dumbo.
creating the episode for us.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we'll come back and talk to
Scary.
you. We'll check it out. We'll review it. But yeah, I think those are. Yeah, I mean, I think that we're not going to run out of content because we're not going to stop going places.
Yeah.
There's going to be more beyond too.
Yeah.
We just again,
That's
we just haven't had
Opportunities
that
to
yet.
travel.
That's a key factor as far as behind the scenes, like we're talking about. Choosing a name for me and my marketing background was very important to figuring out. While we want something that's catchy, we want something that brings people in, they know what they're getting. But I loved the ... and beyond because now it gives us the opportunity to talk about Universal, to talk about New York, to talk about the Steelers versus the Titans when next time they play. You know, like it gives us. Now we're not going to do that most likely. We might sprinkle it in,
Oh no, we will.
but it gives us the opportunity to branch out a little bit
Other types
Yeah.
of traveling
and
or
enjoy
life.
Yeah, I mean,
any
we
conversation that
Movie
anybody might want to hear.
reviews,
Movie
Movie
reviews.
reviews.
We talk about going
Yes.
on a Mediterranean cruise
Yeah.
all the time. Like we all love to travel. You know,
Yeah.
just kind of the last few months we haven't got to do a lot together, but we I mean, really, we went twice. I mean, that's pretty good in 6 months. You think about.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And so I think that Disney's always going to be the backbone. But there's so much more out there, and there's more to all of us. Like we're super into sports, we're super into everything, and so I think as long as
That's why we talk
we're
for 3
together,
hours before we record.
we talk about everything. We're never doing politics, guys.
No.
But we do actually
No,
talk
this is supposed
about
to be a
that
bright
kind
This
of
is
spot
a
in
happy
here.
space.
right. But we do talk about it. But
Oh, if it's a happy space, we can't talk about the Titans.
no, or the Steelers, or the Vols,
No, the Vols.
or the Lady Vols.
Yeah.
Well, softball. We got softball.
Softball's good right now.
They won
We
8-0.
just can't talk about sports. If it's going to be a bright spot.
You know, but we're supposed to go see the Savannah Bananas.
Ooh, yeah.
So there's going to be
Yes.
like fun stuff. How can you not be fun with going to see the
Yeah.
Savannah
In
Bananas?
Knoxville. So excited.
That's the only winter that's happening in Knoxville right now. But yeah, so I mean, I think that, you know, the next year is going to be exciting. I think there's lots of fun that's going to be had. And hopefully we'll get 4,000 more
Yeah,
listeners.
we'll get some more Beyond episodes. Well, I was going to go somewhere with that, but I don't want to get off topic too quick at the end here. So you go. Well, you might have. We're going to say something.
No, I really just, unless anyone has more things they wanted to say, I was just going to wrap us up a little bit. Just by maybe we covered it a little bit with the surprise thing, but when we were talking about doing this episode, you know, there was one question that I really liked that was kind of, what does the show and the podcast mean to each of us now, 52 episodes later, than it meant that very first episode? Because I think I can speak for all of us where we talked about just how much it evolved and how much fun we've had and stuff. Like, I'll go first answering, but I think the show, to me, like when we first started, I knew it was going to be fun. I knew it was going to be talking about Disney. Like, we were going to be helping people give tips and tricks. We were going to be having movie things like, but I think for me now, the podcast has so much more just become about family and time get to spend together, you know, like,
so sweet.
I don't know.
2
She's
episodes
the
in a
sweet
week. We got to
one.
give a sappy
Sappy
disclaimer.
alert, you know. But I think it was just I saw that, I thought of that question, and I was just like, wow, like it is crazy to think 52 weeks ago, like it was fun and we were excited about it and all of that, but just how much the podcast has become like a core of, like, it's a joy spot. It's a spot of joy for us too.
Yeah.
You know, we can have a stressful week, a rough week or something, but knowing we'll at least have a few hours of getting to hang out and chat with you guys and do all of that has, like, I don't know, it's just become it's just recording has become so much more deeper for me on that level.
Well, and for me, same. The past 7 months, especially for me, because my dad had cancer, so you know, not dragging down, because it's really cancer is not happy, but the podcast brought joy into my life every week that we did it, that we met, because it was a bright spot.
Yeah.
Like everything else might have been kind of gray and cloudy because that's just life. And, you know, we joke, he's not up here, but, you know, Scar's been, y'all met Scar, my popcorn bucket not that long ago. But, you know, it is the circle of life and life happens and life isn't always sunshine and rainbows, but this is.
Yeah.
And so, but this is because we love each other and our friendship has grown and it's fun.
Yeah.
People like, I know there are podcasts out there and they end up breaking up because the people don't so much like each other anymore.
Yeah.
Or it becomes all about one person.
Yeah.
And we're very good about whether we're on a trip or whether we're doing an episode or we're picking where we're going to eat dinner before. We're very flexible with each other. And because everything's not going to meet everybody's needs at the same time. Like everybody can't have what they want all the time. That's just life. But for us, it's okay because we just want each other to be happy.
Yeah.
So if for example, on our last trip, riding Rock and Roller Coaster, we needed Logan to get to ride Rock and Roller Coaster because he's never ridden it before, and I'm never riding it. So I needed him to ride it at least twice to tell me how awesome it was. So that was important, right? And me getting a coat that night was also very important, but because I thought I was going to die, just so everyone knows. But that part I think is surprising because I don't think when you go into something like this that's just like, I don't know, who thinks a podcast is going to do all of that?
Yeah.
Right. But it's like just a part of my life now. It's not like this thing I got to go do.
Yeah.
It's what I get to do.
Yeah.
And so I think that's super exciting.
That's sweet. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I said it's a hobby. It's like probably my number one hobby now. Most of my other hobbies are actually just my jobs. So this is the number one hobby. But to answer Jordan's question, I could go a million different directions because I knew the least about Disney. I probably knew the least about podcasts. I didn't know what I was getting into. Didn't even know I was getting into it. But I can sum it up by saying what this means to me now. Jordan, last night, after we got done watching Hercules for the first time,
Oh, man.
I'd never seen it. Yes, throw tomatoes at me if you want to. What-
0 to hero.
After watching that one, and not because Hercules, it was great, but not because it was this monumental moment in my life. But what was the goal I brought up after watching the movie last night?
He says, I want to watch as much of a list as we can compile, like every Disney movie that there's ever been made.
Like
No.
I have decided I want to set a goal to see every Disney movie ever made. Now, it depends on what list you look at and then like how detailed you get to it.
Right.
But the point being, I couldn't care less about Disney movies. I just wanted to watch good movies a year ago. And now I think it would be fun to set that as a goal
Yeah.
to watch every. So like, that's the first thing I thought of when I was like, what does the podcast mean now to me is not just let's get together and record and put out this content, but it's actually given me like another fun hobby to plan things around. So
Yeah.
Oh, y'all's answers are so hard to top. Good night.
Oh, quiet
It
one.
can still
I
just
know.
just be a basic.
I mean, y'all pretty much covered it all.
It means you have to be up late. I don't know.
Yes, we are up late most of the times that we record, but
Sometimes Courtney's eyes glass over.
I've dozed off before.
Oh wow! Wow.
oh man.
We didn't say this.
rules.
This wasn't supposed to be a confessions
Talk
episode.
much. There wasn't much for me
is
to do
truly
or say.
Behind the
so.
scenes, Courtney has fallen asleep on set.
Hey, it's been, one of those recording nights where it's after midnight or 1 a.m.
Yeah.
But it's brought a lot of joy. Y'all have become family. You're not just friends. You are our family. You've supported
Ohana.
us through
Hannah.
the past 7 months, which have been very, very difficult for our family. But I've loved all of the memories. I've learned different things
Yeah.
on the podcasts. I mean, we're all Disney
me
nerds,
too.
but we don't know everything.
I've learned a lot.
We have to do
Always
research.
something new.
A lot of times, me and Logan are over here behind the camera googling things that we none know the answers to.
I will
Where do
take
we-
this moment again to say Not me Googling.
What are we going to do when we're on camera all the time?
I don't know
There's
because
plenty of podcasts where they've got their computers
know.
out
Yeah.
and stuff. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
We're trying to be different than other podcasts. Oh, that's important to note.
Yeah.
but
We're just
it,
trying to be different.
We are. We're
Yeah.
We're
not.
us.
We're
Yeah.
just us.
I always look forward to recording, even if it's going to be a long night, even if we have to re-record an episode.
Oh, those are
and we're
rough.
all exhausted.
Those are rough.
But it doesn't ever feel like a chore.
Yeah.
It truly is a hobby, and I enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah.
So I look forward to the next year of the podcast.
Yeah. Same. I'm excited to see what the next 52 weeks will
Yeah.
bring.
Me
What
too.
adventures we go on, what topics we get to cover,
Where we're going.
Yeah.
On a trip.
Pretty soon.
Yes. We're going there. But I mean, other trips. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like, I want to go to, I never thought I'd say this, but I want to go to Epic.
Woo.
I mean, you know, I did think I was going to say that when they built the park, but you know, I'm not as big a Universal geek as I am a Disney geek. And so that's okay. You know, to each his own, but I can enjoy all things. You know what I mean? I like SeaWorld, or used
Yes. I like
Used
it.
to, you know, when I could get closer to the fish, I liked it. But, you know, maybe we'll go there sometime for kicks and giggles.
Yeah, I did tell Logan we need to take him to some of the other parks too.
I've never read any of the rides at SeaWorld.
Oh, they're great. They actually did a good job with their ride. So maybe we'll have to take a podcast trip to SeaWorld.
Yeah. And they got penguins.
We'll add
Yeah.
it to the list.
But yeah, there's lots of exciting things coming up, and it's very exciting just to think of what we're all going to get to do this next year and the memories we'll get to make. So
No telling where we'll be a year from now.
Yeah.
We'll do another one like this, but I would like to see the behind the scene, the growth of find a niche, find an avenue of not necessarily going viral. We joke about that, but find a way
We're
to
going
promote.
viral. I just haven't found the dumbest thing I've done
Find
yet
a way-
for it to happen. But
we
it's
haven't caught it
happening.
on camera yet.
Find a
Yeah,
way
it's
to
gonna
promote.
happen.
Find a way to grow, find a way to promote, and get out there beyond the friend groups and the Facebook groups and stuff. And that's one of my goals for this next year is to try to really broadcast it and get it out there. So
Yeah.
if you're listening and you got some friends, tell them about it. You never know who might enjoy a Disney podcast. Even if they don't enjoy Disney, they might just like listening.
Yeah, funny story.
So.
I noticed that, you know, I don't we already talked about it. I'm not the person behind the scenes doing all the research. I do some research.
You've been doing many years of research.
Yes. My wallet has anyway. But I will say the other day, I do notice when we get new followers, right, on Facebook
we
and
get
stuff. And
alerts.
I saw we actually had another travel planner
I just,
like our podcast.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I thought, did she pay attention? Probably not. We already have one.
She just likes
But
our
she can
podcast.
like
Thanks for
it.
listening. and liking and engaging.
Yeah.
That's
thank
cool. Just remember who Jordan is.
Yeah.
It's my friend. It's my travel planner. But yeah, so I think it'll be exciting to see where we're at. I think we got lots of fun things that are going to happen.
Yep.
And we want to bring everyone along with us. And if you've got ideas, things you'd like to see,
Yeah.
we always throw that out there.
Yep.
You know, we're game to do an episode on something. If you recommend it,
Yeah.
we'll do an episode on it.
Yep.
We'll add it to the list.
Yeah. Let us know what you'd like to hear throughout this year.
Or if you'd like us to go somewhere,
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
If you'd like us to go somewhere, let us know and we'll go. Is that what we're saying?
I mean, maybe, depending upon
We'll
where
take
it
it into
is.
consideration.
To Antarctica and beyond.
I am not going to Antarctica. I do not have a coat for that.
Like we said, consideration.
Yes, consideration for if we want to. But yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah. And just thank you guys for being here with us a year later. We appreciate those of you who listen every week. We appreciate those of you who just tune in every now and then. Every person that's ever listened, we appreciate you guys and we're excited to share more with you. So thanks for being on this fun journey with us. Hopefully we're a spot of joy in your lives too. And we look forward to sharing more with you guys next week. So I think that's it for now, our 1 year celebration. But thank you guys again. And
We'll see you at the 10-year mark
woohoo!
or every week between now and then.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll also see you next week.
See you next week.
Yeah. We'll see you next time on To the Magic and Beyond.